All righty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another weekly update. Hope everybody's having a lovely weekend. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. All right, guys, we're going to start here on the weekly time frame. Then we're going to go down to the daily, and then we're going to discuss the smaller time frames. We're going to give our outlook in this video for the coming week on SPY and QQQ. We're going to show you guys what we are looking for to start off the week and what we're looking for by the end of the week. All right, so let's get into it. And then we do have some juicy stuff to take a look at on some individual checkers, of course. All right, but let's start here with the weekly time frame. I'm just going to point out you finally did not close with a bullish candlestick over here on SPY, QQ, IWM, DIA. What do we have instead? We have indecision candlesticks, and then you do have SMH over here, the semiconductors. They do lead the NASDAQ. NASDAQ leads the S&P 500. I'm just putting it out there. You have a shooting star slash a massive indecision candlestick right here. But yeah, we're going to call this spinning top slash shooting star here. Come over here, NVIDIA. You got that, same look over here. You come over to a bunch of these other, chip stocks over here. And guys, everything's just not looking the best over here, except I am going to highlight some things that I'm looking for on some of these chips. IBM, you guys see the same thing I'm looking at right here. I think this thing goes higher, okay? But we're going to talk about that at the end of the video. Well, the second half of the video. First half, we're going to discuss these indices and what we're looking for this week. All right, guys, so we do know that we have an indecision candlestick here on the weekly chart before we go over all of the other analysis. I am just putting it out there. That gives us, an indecision week. We're not bullish or bearish bias this week. We're not. Why? Because we don't have a reason to here on the weekly chart. It's the same thing over here on QQQ. You don't have a reason to. I will argue that this is more bullish than bearish looking. I think people are jumping the gun here. Like, I really do. I think you're about to get faces ripped off. But I will also say, I think you're going to start the week with the sell. I think we are going to go a little bit lower. I'm going to go over where I'm looking for buyers to step in this video. All right. But that is the weekly time frame. Let's look at over here on Mr. VIX. He did start to get a bid over here on Mr. VIX. Who cares about the VIX, though? I'm just going to put it out there, guys. Unless your daily RSI is coming up to 65 or you're seeing divergences get put in on the 15-minute or hourly time frame, then I really don't pay attention to the VIX all that much. So, I just don't think it's needed. All right, but you come over here to SPY's daily time frame, and I will point out you have a bearish engulfing candlestick right here with a large upper wick with increasing volume, heavy increasing volume. You did have that increasing volume over here, and it turned out to be a bear trap. But I'm going to say right now, I think this candlestick does suggest we are going to go a little bit lower. All right, you're not just immediately going to get bought up. QQQ, I think it also suggests you're going to be going a little bit lower come Monday. So, yeah, there's that. You come over here to IWM. What do we also have? We don't have the most bullish looking candlestick. You come over here to DIA. Again, we do not have the most bullish looking candlestick. So I do think we are going to start the week off declining. So that's just, my opinion there going off of what I'm seeing right here. But I have a few more things that, lead me to believe that will be the case. But keep in mind, bull flag. All right, so you come over here to SPY. And now, guys, we are going to take a ride down to the 15-minute time frame. All right, we're going to start here on SPY. I'm going to point out you will have this downtrend, but I'm going to delete that downtrend. I think it's just going to clutter our chart. Now, I will point out you found buyers down here in the golden pocket, came back up here, and you got rejection here, and this zone is being, proving to be a supply zone. Buyers, you want to step in right here in the golden pocket. You do not have a 15-minute bullish divergence or anything like that, but I will tell you right now, your RSI is kind of already in oversold territory. So if you do end up coming down here into the zone, I think you're probably going to find buyers. All right. I understand at that point you will not be holding the golden pocket, but then we will just be looking for a retracement from this whole run. And this is the one I really want you guys to be paying attention to if you're going to be using the golden pocket this week. All right. Well, to start off the week, right here, guys, 510. It aligns here with the golden pocket with the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement. I see a lot of people getting freaking overly bearish here. And I'm just going to say, I think we're going to run back up and take out those highs. Okay. Listen, you had a lot of freaking people, jumping ship over here, getting real bearish. And I said the same exact thing. And then, you know, we ran back up to the highs. Am I saying this is going to happen again? No, but I'm telling you right now, the same people are freaking scaring the crap out of everyone right now, or the same people are scaring the crap out of everybody over here on this cell. All right? They are also the same people who scared the crap out of people over here and over here and over here. They always do, guys. But I'm going to come over here to the daily time frame, and I'm going to point out, guys, we are still in an uptrend. You do have a bearish candlestick with heavy volume to support that, but we are still in an uptrend. Yes, you do have mass amounts of divergences going on, but we are still in an uptrend. All right? Now, QQQ, I will also say here on the weekly time frame, you are backtesting where you broke out from right here, and you have buyers stepping in here. That does not look like the worst look to me. All right? Pretend all these lines are here. Let's just literally take this. This will be our zone here. Guess what? You have wicks in the zone. You have buyers holding the breakout zone. You had 3 weeks of consolidation. I don't think you were just going to break out here. And that is all that's going to be had. I think we're going to continue higher over here. SPY, yeah, this little consolidation. And now you're just consolidating again, guys. I still don't think this looks the worst over here. I really don't. All right, but coming back down here to the 15-minute time frame. All right, guys, what are we looking for? Well, we were looking for the 15-minute bearish divergence to form. Once we got these bullish divergences, we were looking for a full-on push-up. Then we're looking for this. All right, well, now we're going to be looking for another one. And if you end up starting the week down here, guys, and you see that bullish divergence on the 15-minute RSI down here, you know, solid shot you're going to hold the support, which aligns with this gold pocket here. And, yeah, you're going to be taking a ride. Where would you take a ride up to? 442. Maybe even all the way up here, back at the high. If you push up to the high, I have to assume you're probably going to take out the high. There's that. And you honestly can, from this point on. Now you have a massive, you know, $2 supply zone sitting up here. More sellers stepped in over there. More sellers stepped in right here. Right, guys? So this is what you really got to take out. But yeah, overall, guys, I'm still bullish until until things really do flip. I don't think things have flipped. Now, what I will point out, you had this uptrend here. Let's get rid of that uptrend. And now we're going to bring another trend line into the mix. You do have a head and shoulders formation. All right. And that head and shoulders formation, let's just say you do end up breaking down underneath 437. All right. Like 436.85-ish, we'll say. You break underneath there, guys. You know, things could get decently ugly. They could. All right. I just don't think it's going to happen. But if it does, then we're watching down here at 433.65, because underneath 433.65, you really don't have much. All right. You really do not. So if you were to lose that, you can actually say it really does align with that over here. You have nothing. Okay. So, like, you know, bulls, you defend this level right here this week. You defend it on Monday or Tuesday. You defend it. Because if you lose it, you're not going to have a lot. Now, I will point out right here, since this is the weekly update, let's talk about some, you know, larger hour longer time frame. Henry's longer time frame. What am I looking for? All right. I'm looking for SPY to pull back to 480. I just don't think it's going to happen just yet. All right. People think I'm just a perma-bull. I'm going to tell you right now. No, I've been calling the shots. I've been calling the price action, you know, day in and day out for quite some time now. And it's been disgustingly accurate. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not just someone who says buy every dip and, you know, we're going to the moon. No, I look for things. When I see things, we're going to take them actions. And I'm going to tell you guys about those things. I will tell you when I see things. Okay? Guess what? Nothing is going to change, guys. Every time you get this 15-minute bearish divergence at SPY or QQ, I'm going to look for the freaking pullback. Every time you get it on the freaking, you know, the bullish side of things. And we have a setup to you know, catch a bid there. Get a bounce. I'm going to get bullish there. Okay? When this thing rolls over, it's going to roll over. Okay? And it's going to scare the crap out of a lot of people. It will. All right? But you're looking for anywhere for buyers to step in. It's not going to be a crash. It's not going to be the end of the world. We're looking right here. This $20 zone right here, in between 460 and 480, that's where buyers with all likelihood are going to be stepping in. Now, golden pocket wise, we have ways to go. You could come all the way down to 450. But I'm telling you right now, I don't think this is the end of the bull run. I think the bull run just started. I think you broke out to a new all-time high, and I think if you go back, you're not really going to find a spot where you didn't, you know, kind of just keep going. You broke out over here, but guys, did we just have a full-on, you know, this Did we have all of this consolidation? That is 2 years. You've gone nowhere for 2 years. Go find a spot where that happened. You broke out to new high and you didn't just keep going. You had that happen right here. All right. Had this happen in a similar way right here. Not really though. Here. You had this happen over here. Okay, a little bit longer. But once you were out the trenches, you stayed out the trenches and you just kept going. So I do think that is going to be the case here. I think you're not going to get a massive crash like people are talking about. I really think it makes absolutely no sense. And I think if you look at these charts, objectively speaking, in the weekly time frame, guys, objectively speaking, this is not a bear market rally. This is guaranteed a bull run. You know, it's not this where you have like 1 to 2 months. Like this is the, 3/4 of a month right here. And then you died off again. No, you've had like, let's just look over this. You've had 3 red candlesticks out of 18 weekly bars. You guys see what I'm talking about? This is a bull run. Buy the pullbacks. It's going to pull back at some point. We're going to buy it. All right. So I want to just get that out of the way. I want to make it very clear where I stand on this whole thing. I don't think you're going to crash. I think we're going to get a buyable dip. And I think we're going to get to ride that next leg up. Okay. I think it's going to be nice. I think it's going to be nice. And I think it's going to be something like this. All right. And, over here, guys, you want to start buying 6 months out. You want to load up on your shares, and we're going to get companies at discounts. But as of right now, guys, we have some big boys already discounted, and I do not think they're going to stay discounted. I think they're about to have a run. All right, so let's conclude here. Let's, really sum everything together. All right, give our conclusion. What are we looking for? All right, guys, if you are to start the week off with a sell, you're looking for buyers to step in down over here at 510. I think a 15-minute bullish divergence is very likely going to pop up down there. All right, you want a warning sign for a bounce, watch the 15-minute RSI. That's all you need. All right, you're going to get your warning sign. Whether it's on the 5-minute or the 15-minute, you typically always get the warning sign. And then obviously you're watching, other key concepts that we go over here on this channel, guys. I'm trying to tell you. Watch SPY and QQ. You'll get your warning signs. You'll get them. You got it right here. You got a little pop. All right. You got one down there. You got a little pop. All right. 5-minute time frame right over there. But so that's what we're looking for over here on SPY. I do think you're going to start the week off with a sell here, judged by the daily time frame and what I'm seeing right here. I think you're going to come down here to 510 with all likelihood over here on SPY. I think you're going to catch a bounce. And I think I'm looking for a move back up here to 514. If not, come back up here to 516. All right. And then I really do think, guys, all right, things ain't looking too bad. We got CPI this week. What happens if you fall and get a setup to bounce into CPI? And a lot of people are like, oh, hard CPI. Well, guess what? We just had PC come in tame. So, if everyone gets really short again and gets really bearish again, like they did before the PC, you're probably going to get a positive reaction. All right. Just my thoughts there. All right. So SPY, guys, we're watching down over here by 510. That's that 508 to 510. That's what I'm watching for to hold. We want this to hold, okay? 508.50, that's going to be support down here. That also would be in this golden pocket. But this is a whole zone right here. That's where we're looking for price to come down to. It's going to be a magnet. All right. Over here on QQQ, you do have this head and shoulders formation. If you can't see it, I got you. Right shoulder, head, left shoulder. That is a sloppy left shoulder right there. That is also a sloppy head. That's okay. Let's give this guy some eyes here. You have a little beard. That's beautiful. What about the ears? There we go. Monkey ears. All right. And then the little button thing on the beanies. All right. And then we'll give them a little flap for the beanie. There we go. The thing you go over. And look at that, guys. All right. There's our head. And now we're going to be going like that. Boom, boom, boom. Give him a little neck here. Okay. There's that. Yep, his arms are long, guys. His arms are long. There we go. Oh, come on. Okay, the hands didn't work out, guys. Hands did not work out. Oh, we're banning ship on the hands, guys. Oh, don't even pay attention to these things. Need the thumb in there. Yep. Get the thumb. Okay, that's a big guy. It's a big guy over there. And here's going to be his belt buckle. And he's ready to, boom, push things down. That's what he wants. Okay. So he wants to push things down. He has the potential here to push things down. if we were to fall here on QQQ, because you're already in the golden pocket over here on QQQ, I'm just going to put it out there. It's not looking as good as SPY over there. But if you come down here, I'm looking for buyers step in over here at around 434. That is personally just what I'm going to be looking for. All right, but 437, that's going to be around the bottom of the golden pocket. That's who you want to hold. Imagine if you get a false breakdown here. It puts in a bullish divergence on that 15-minute RSI, comes right down here to support. People are like, oh, the head and shoulders broke down, and then it goes up, okay? So all in all, guys, I'm bullish on the week. I'm looking for buyers to take you back up. Doesn't have to take you back up to the high. We're going to watch things as we go, but I am looking for a reaction of SPY down here in this 508 to 510 zone. All right, so that concludes the indices right there. IWM, you're also sitting right here in the golden pocket. If you really were to retrace the whole move that you just had instead of the last mini move, all right, then yeah, this is what you're paying attention to, and down over here near the zone. This is going to be something of interest over here. But guys, we did get a sell candlestick on the daily time frame here, bearish candlestick. At least to me, it looks pretty bearish. And yeah, it happened right here from the supply zone. Congrats if you did end up taking this thing up to that supply zone and taking profits right there at 2950. There you go. You made some money. All right. DAA, guys, still in that bull flag. We're still just, just chilling, just sitting here doing nothing. All right. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about some setups. I'm going to just talk about some chips. Start off. Okay. Avgo. I do think you're going to get buyers stepping in down here. I'm just going to put it out there. All right. The 4-hour RSI, if you tick on down here, you're going to get it being oversold. You're probably going to catch a bid. Not saying that's going to be the case, but you haven't really had a break and retest opportunity over here on Avgo. And if you were looking for one, all right, the last one was all the way over here and you had that. I'm just putting it out there. It's something of interest right here, aligning with the golden pocket. I like it. All right. Next one we're talking about, it's not really a chip stock, but it's kind of a chip stock. All right. It's an AI stock, whatever IBM is rolling with these days. I am going to take this off right here. 200 psych level, I do think will be hit, but I am looking for the retest of this 192 level. If not, coming all the way back down here, I want this, I want to remove this zone here. We're going to actually take off this alert for the sake of this chart here, just for the cleanliness of this chart. Right here, this is your buy zone. This is my buy zone. And yeah, I do think it's going to keep going up. On the weekly chart, guys, you just broke out from here. If you come and revisit next week, it's probably going to put in a hammer candlestick with a large lower wick, and then boom. All right, so just something I'm watching for. You don't have a bearish divergence going on or anything, so it's not looking bad. All right, next one we're going to look at is BA, guys. BA, all right. You're not looking for any, like, you are looking for a breakout at some point. We're looking for a breakout. I'm now going to put the alert there because of how long this thing's taken. Guys, this thing's getting ready for explosions, and I don't think it's going to be in the downside direction. I think it's going to be in the upside. So I'm looking to buy right over here. All right, I'm looking to buy this 197 support all the way down there. All right, which is going to align with the bottom of that falling wedge and the bottom of the golden pocket. I think it's probably going to get bought up, like we saw that happen, and yeah. All right, so that's what I'm watching over there. I'll just talk about cost right here, guys. You did break through a pretty massive uptrend you had going on here. There was a 3-month uptrend. You got this big, fat, nasty, wide-bodied sell candlestick just slicing through that. Congrats if anybody took that. But I'm just putting it out there. These are the levels that I'm going to be watching on here, and I do think in the end, cost is going to be getting back up there. But on the weekly time frame, I think you got some more downside here. All right, moving on. Schwab. All right, guys, Schwab is something, now we can take off these gray lines. These would have been take profit levels right there. Now what are we watching for, guys? I'm looking for a retest of this zone right here. Why? This is where you really broke out from. And guys, when you finally did get your close above our zone, you finally exploded. It was nice. Now we got a new one to pay attention to, okay? And it's really going to be right here. All right, so I'm looking for it to test down here, 65-ish. I'm going to put my alert right there, and I'm looking to, look for a buying opportunity right there. I think it's going to be a buying opportunity. I'm looking for a setup right there. Okay, next one we're talking about is Meta, guys. Meta just broke out from this range down here. If you come down here, back here to visit 485, 486. It was 485.96 was the high of this candlestick, so I'm just going to leave it as is. If you come back I do think you're probably going to get buyers stepping in, and it would be something of interest. Now, you also will have, you don't really have an uptrend going on. You could make an uptrend. we could make an uptrend here on Meta if you come down this week. We'll see. All right, you got this little channel going on. But yeah, right down here, 486, we're going to call it, all the way up to 496. That is where I'm looking for buyers to step in over here on Meta. Microsoft. Hey guys, if we do get that sell and it happens to be rather aggressive on our boy Microsoft, I'm looking for buyers to step in down here in this demand zone and hold the line once more. Okay. Affirm. We're going to take that thing off. I'm just going to point out, guys, this thing right here is basing. This thing has developed a range. This thing has gotten buyers stepping in for the first time, I think. And, you know, a decent amount of time here. Could be a warning sign. Could be about to break out to the upside. And from that point on, you're looking for 42 bucks. You're looking for 43.30. All right. And then you're looking for a move all the way up here at 46 bucks. Affirm. Something that's known to break out. And it gets, once it breaks out from these consolidation patterns, it, you know, does pretty well. I think it's probably about to do pretty well. Nike. Beautiful setup. I am interested in this week. Beautiful setup. Going from this whole run all the way up there. You've retraced the move. You literally came down to, you know, the bottom end of the golden pocket here. You have this parallel channel going on, bouncing off of the bottom of the parallel channel. All right. And things aren't looking too bad. Right, if you could break over the high of this candlestick right here, which is 110, I think you're probably going to start moving and grooving back up here towards 103.70. We're going to call it we're going to call it 102 and then 103.70. Regardless, dip buys are welcome over here on Nike. I like the setup. I like how this thing is looking, and I like this weekly candlestick right here. Okay, and you obviously have the bullish divergence going on down here on the daily RSI. Roku. Another one that's just sitting down here basing. I understand you're underneath the golden pocket. I don't think this thing's just going to die forever. And I personally do have a Roku TV. So, not too bad is all I'm getting on. You know, this thing is probably not going to stay down for too long. Maybe it's just doing something like this thing's going to die. But, you know, this thing has been in an uptrend on the weekly chart for quite some time now. I think it's probably going to hold that and start making its ways back up here. All the way up to potentially 82 bucks. That's ways away, guys. Ways away. GME, one we're going to keep on our watch list. We're going to keep on the radar because you got rejected again and you avoided the weekly breakout. So there's that. All right. You broke out here on the daily time frame. You were consolidating and boom, you slice back underneath it into this massive falling wedge. We're watching for the weekly breakout. Whenever it happens, we likely get some fireworks. Fireworks. We likely get those at some point. When? I have absolutely no idea. I really don't. All right, next one we're looking at is Upstart. Upstart is in a large falling wedge pattern right here. And I do want to point out you did just break out from your basing pattern right here. You're just doing a break and retest. If you do break over 29.60, I do think this thing is going to get moving and grooving. I do think we have one of these days on the table. Okay, that's what I'm watching there. Goog, I think this weekly chart does suggest we're going to be seeing some upside over the coming weeks. I don't think we're going to be seeing downside following this candlestick after seeing, you know, a month and a half of selling here. Month and a half, 2 months. Been quite some time there. All right. Yeah, month and a half. But yeah, I just want to point out, all right, I do think the bottom is near. You're in this massive falling wedge pattern over here on Goog. And if you break out above 140, then you can expect a lot more upside over here on Mr. Goog. Apple. All right. Not trading this thing for, you know, which you know, in the short term. I'm telling you right now, I still do think, you know, this is going to be a huge buying opportunity in the end. No, it did not hold up here, but it's now down here, and people probably think it's just going to keep dying. Guys, all right. I can tell you right now, people just continue to want to come in and buy new iPhones. So I can tell you, Apple's not going anywhere. I never thought I'd have to defend buying Apple stock when you have the RSI being you know, the most oversold it has been since 2018. So, well, actually 2016. And so you know, I never really thought I'd have to defend that. But yeah, I do think Apple's turn is it's coming. It's a coming. All right. Next one we're going to talk about is Pan W. Pan W is dancing up around this trend line here, this uptrend. That trend line is your buying opportunity over here in Pan W. That is what I'm paying attention to. Okay. Last one we're going to talk about is over here on PLTR. Break and retest. Let me just zoom out and let me show you where these reactions are coming from here in the weekly time frame. We can actually see it better. All right. This wick right here, this upper wick right here, guys. Well, you got rejection here, literally right there at our 2714 level. Guess what? This is a break and retest going on, and that's what I think you're probably going to have starting off the week here, a break and retest. You have a whole month of consolidation. I don't think it's just going to end with PLTR having a 3-day breakout, and then you're going to come back in. No, I think you're probably going to get buyer stepping up here, and I think you're probably going to have a 10 to 15% move up there to 29.29. That's it. That's what I got for you this week. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys are having a lovely weekend, and I also hope you guys are excited for the coming week. We have a big week ahead. All right. We have a decision week ahead because we had an indecision candlestick last week. So let's see where we go. All right. Who knows? Literally, who knows? I told you guys my bias. All right. I do think we are going to be going to the upside, but I think we're going to start the week off with a move down. All right. Just to reiterate what we went over in the beginning of the video, guys, we are watching down here 508 to 510 for buyers to step in over here on SPY. If you see price come down here and it happens to do this, like this exact thing, all right, we're just going to leave it right here, okay? And then we're going to see this. You see it get really down there. I'm going to go like this, something like this. All right, maybe it really gets down there. There you go. All right, if you happen to see this in this, while price is right here in the golden pocket at our demand zone, guys, that is, clear as day. That is your warning sign for what is about to go down. And what is about to go down after that would be this. That is what we're looking for to start off the week. If we get it, perfect. If we don't, who flipping cares? I'll probably take my shot here this week. All right, we got to take the shot. I don't even know. I think we took the shot right over here. I don't remember where it was. All right, but I think we're about to get another shot at the long side here, and I'm looking for that opportunity. Okay, guys, with that being said, everybody have a lovely rest of your weekend. If you guys enjoyed the video, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate your time. And with that being said, I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.